Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hello yourself.
Hello. Hello to you.
Welcome to the Listen Line podcast. You can like and subscribe right here. This will probably come up at the end as well, so you might as well click it because...
Ring that bell.
Ring that bell. Don't miss out on this luxurious double-printed content. Because the more people that subscribe, the better our channel will get.
Are we still doing free cookies with every subscription?
No, that was last week.
Oh, right.
Yeah, this week they're getting contraception with holes in. Boom. So, big news.
Big news?
Although it's not really big news. It is news, and it feels a bit dirty to talk about, but it's disappointing.
What is it?
Dave Grohl.
Oh, you're not doing that, are you?
I'm doing it now. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know this. What is
myth. The myth, the legend.
The man. The legend.
Dave Grohl.
He's been a very naughty boy.
Dave Grohl, the nicest man in rock and roll.
Yeah.
Right? The lovely man. He has had out of marriage fornications, and it seems like his family have given him an ultimatum to confess his sins on social media, and he put up a post where he admitted to having
37 kids.
extracurricular activities, and he has now fathered a new daughter.
Oh.
And he's trying to make it up to his family and his daughters, and he's going to try and be the best father he can to this new daughter, and he requests like space and stuff like that.
Didn't know this. This is complete news.
But I mean, I know he's a rock star and he's very famous and successful, but it's disappointing.
It is.
It's very disappointing.
Yeah.
It is for him.
He's been with his wife quite some time, hasn't
I think they were in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
He was maybe 32 and she was 29 or something like that.
So how old's the baby?
Very young.
32.
Very young. Sorry?
32.
Oh, right, okay.
I think it's a very recent thing.
I think they'd accept it more if they were 32.
Yeah, it's only a few years old, isn't it?
It's
sorry.
Yeah, which it's all over the press, as you can imagine.
Well, I didn't know about it.
But apparently the things that come out about him, I mean, it feels very dirty to talk about because it is tabloid stuff, but apparently in his previous relationships, the reason why those relationships have ended because he cheated on them.
Oh.
So...
It's rock and roll.
It's rock and roll.
But we like it.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily.
No. We don't, but he don't.
It's not a news story.
It's not new, is it?
It's not a news story within the rock and roll world.
There's nothing
that's
new.
What I mean. It won't be first and it won't be last.
There's nothing new under the sun, but it is a bit disappointing because she's just thought,
yeah, because he's the nicest man in rock and roll. You don't expect it. It's like Keanu Reeves being
done for manslaughter.
Spitting on a blind man.
All that.
Yeah. Kicking him in the head when he's when he's having a coffee.
It's just, you don't expect that.
No, he's...
David,
come on.
Come on here and confess your sins.
He's already done it.
We're all ears.
Wait. I've got another confession to make.
Really?
There goes my hero.
Sorry?
They're all Foo Fighters songs. I got another confession to
What he
make.
needs to do is learn to fly.
That's not that didn't link. But there goes my hero.
No, you got me.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just the Foo Fighter songs.
Yeah.
Foo Fighter songs.
Foo
Fighter.
No, is the emphasis on the
Foo Fighters.
Or is it on the fighters? Is it
Foo Fighter.
Or is it Foo Fighters?
For those who don't know, this is something that we've referenced quite a few times. It's Christopher Walken.
But we like
Christopher Walken, who once questioned about what the emphasis on the band's name is. Is it the Foo or Fighter? Anyway, so that's Dave Grohl.
So how would you feel if you're going to pick your kids up from school?
Okay, where's this going?
And a bloke walks past in shorts and a schoolboy hat.
Oh. And he says,
he's 70
bad weather, isn't it? What do we mean? Oh, thunderstruck.
Yeah, and he's 70-odd year old. And you think, what is wrong with him? Send for somebody to lock him up. Get that jacket that zips up the back. But when he walks on stage, we all cheer him.
Yeah, but if you cast your mind back to 2007, some elder gentleman from the 1960s boy band had jet black hair with like dreadlock beads and a bandana and eyeliner and a waistcoat, and it laughed like a creepy pantomime villain. Keith Richards.
Oh, right, okay.
That's creepy.
Well,
Why, with his little beads in his hair like a pirate? He's not a pirate.
His kids used to tie things in his hair.
Yeah, like
But
Lucky
this
Charms.
bloke dresses up as a school child.
But Angus, you
and he's got grey hair.
Yeah, no, but he don't dress up outside of school.
Wait, why is it?
That's because this photos of him as a, in normal jeans and t-shirt and a jacket. He don't walk around in.
I wonder how we. This goes back to that old question.
Sorry, if it's George.
I had a bit of a hiccup there. Sorry, I had a bit of a hiccup there. I wonder how he feels about being stuck in that character.
Angus Young looks older when he's in his normal clothes.
He does.
Yeah,
But when he's in a schoolboy outfit, tip top.
I don't think he's bothered because it's the image that he's created.
But it must be.
I don't know.
I just want to go on stage like. Oh,
I think
John
when he-
there with hat on.
Yeah, but when he puts that outfit on, I think he thinks, like, it's time to rock.
Yeah, maybe. Oh,
Why
I'm not. I'm just thinking. Wow,
Why was it acceptable when he was 30, but not when he's 70? Because 30 is still,
it's
still
just
older than
as
school.
bad. Just as bad. Yeah, but we all liked it, didn't we? We all still like it
We
now.
still do.
And it's
Still
gone from
do.
being a black
It's brilliant.
uniform to being a grey one.
It is grey now.
Is it grey? I thought it was burgundy.
It used to be. It used to be
Yeah.
burgundy one time. It's
Yeah.
now a grey one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a
Is it
grey one
grey?
at minute. Yeah,
It complements his hair colours.
Maybe.
I think it changes with his hair.
Yeah, it used to be. Yeah, it used to be a burgundy one.
Yeah,
Back
or
in the
John
day.
O's cap. One
He,
or two.
he is looking very old, though.
He is.
Well, he is.
He's very old.
Alarming, eh?
Well, this is it. Back to the old subject of them growing old while we're just thinking they're still young, but they're not.
Even the name suggests
Yes.
Yes.
young,
Yes.
but no.
No.
Angus.
Angus.
Young.
Young. Okay.
It's just... Okie dokie.
All righty then.
I'm thunderstruck.
So the Smiths have tried to release a greatest hits album called The Smiths Rule, okay?
No,
The Smiths Rule.
Yeah.
That's a terrible name.
The Smiths have tried to release this.
Yep. Yep. And they've also tried to release Hand in Glove and The Charming Man,
This charming
This
man.
time,
or This Charming Man. And I think it's This Charming Man celebrates the 40th anniversary. Anyway, so they've tried to release these to celebrate this 40th anniversary. And Johnny Marr's gone, no.
Johnny Marr's gone no.
Absolutely not.
Why not?
No. And he's stopped the band from releasing it, which has really pissed Morrissey off.
I would have thought it would be Morrissey in first place.
No, it was Morrissey's,
Marr, would it?
Morrissey's
Why would
idea
he want to do that?
to re-release the album of the greatest hits and those re-released the two remastered tracks.
Do we know why?
Here's a question for you.
And what it says is, Johnny Marr is yet to comment.
Really?
He won't
Well-
comment at the minute.
Okay, so so if I get this right, they want to re-release a best of.
Yes,
Right.
which is going to be called Smith's Rule OK.
What's the point? No, the reason why I asked what's the point is
I think everybody's doing it.
I know,
aren't
but
they?
what the point? The question of what's the point is because you can create a playlist on Spotify. You
Yeah.
don't need a best of album.
Yeah, but
Like, best of albums are pointless anymore.
yeah, but
Like,
Yeah, but it's a vinyl.
It's a vinyl,
And people
isn't
collect
it?
vinyls. People
I think-
buy
But-
vinyls.
but people-
57%
but
of people
people-
that buy vinyls don't own a record player.
Sure, but people who buy vinyls probably want the album, not the comp. Do you know what I mean?
Anything that's
I can
released.
sort of see Johnny Marr's point there.
No, anything that's released on vinyl.
I think vinyl's that big at minute that
Oh.
everybody just wants to release vinyl.
I saw a stat, you know, about
Look at all
vinyls.
the versions of things that people release. It might be an extended version, or it might be a 12-inch version, and especially with Swifties and people like that. Or any band that's got a good following, anything that's released, they will buy.
Yeah.
That's why they do
Yeah.
multiple variants of each one.
Yeah.
Because they know they're going to buy each one.
I saw a stat, and it was somebody trashing the idea that vinyls are popular again. And the stat was look at the sales in 1979 compared to now, and they say that vinyls are on the rise. And the stat was 1979 vinyls were right up there,
Yeah.
and now they're like there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a fair point, but that's all you had. Vinyls.
That's all you are.
Yeah, that's
But
it.
now you have this and streaming.
Yes.
So this
That
is
is
still
very
very,
good.
good.
Yeah.
Like, shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had that and radio.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
And the radio
That-
weren't that good.
No, it wasn't. And that was on it way that
So
you
the
had
figures that you've got
to listen.
now, I actually walked into an HMV store this week, and
Did
it's
you?
8 years since I've been in one. I didn't even know the one still in Meadowhall.
There's one in Madrol, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I-
it shut down, didn't it? The
No.
big one, and moved. Is it up now near Argos, I want to say?
Oh, you got me there. I just walked into it.
So anyway, you walked into HMV.
Yeah. And it's full of, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what this trend is. It's like gimmicky little like characters.
Oh, bobblehead things.
Yeah, bobblehead things. It's all T-shirts for them and
Oh, it's novelty.
toys for them and games with them.
Yeah.
And all this other stuff. You've got your vinyls. You've got your overpriced vinyls. Yeah, they're all there. Anyone you want, they're all
Well,
there.
you said overpriced, but some of them aren't overpriced.
Yes, they are.
Some of them, I think some of them, you can get certain amounts.
Don't forget, these aren't limited editions. These are just general
Well,
off-the-shelf
yeah.
jobbies.
These,
Yeah, I know,
these
but
are
I mean-
new prints.
Yeah.
These are recent prints.
But you can get some of them for like 3 for 55 quid,
You can.
which
Yeah.
I don't think's overpriced. 3 albums for 55 quid.
No, it's not. You're right in what you're saying, Wayne. You're right in what you're saying. If I wanted a Ziggy Stardust album by David Bowie, it would cost me £37.99. And that's a reprint. I can go
Of
into
a remaster, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can go into a record shop in local town here, and I can get the same album for half that price.
A fraction.
And that's probably second pressing. At worst, second pressing.
Yeah, but it's like
And it's
saying,
in mint condition.
yeah.
Or some might say,
But are you buying it to listen to or buying it to save?
I'm buying it for myself.
So
Something
then
about-
it don't matter
so-
if it's first
It's
edition,
not because
second
I'm not a
edition or
collector,
whatever.
I'm
is
not
it?
a trader, but I'm not going to pay over odds for that.
See, I don't think 3 albums for 55 quid.
I'm not going to pay over
expensive.
odds
I'd argue with that.
for an album that I can get an original one for half the price. But it doesn't make any sense to me.
I'd argue with that. I'd feel that getting a second-hand Ziggy Stardust, let's say, album, Spiders from Mars, feels more authentic than buying the crisp reprint 40 years later from HMV.
Yeah.
Because I don't know the history of the second-hand album I bought.
No, I
be,
don't know.
It
Some
could
of
be.
it-
It could be authentic, but like
Some of
the
it's in
slightly
mint
worn.
condition. Some of the condition's good, and it's not
Well,
got
yeah.
any big offensive scratches on it.
But for me,
I think it's a better deal.
for me, there's something about the. I think it's maybe why I like maybe some slightly relic guitars, because if the outside sleeves got use, I'm more appealed to that.
Yeah.
Especially an old album,
Yeah,
because otherwise it just feels fake.
yeah.
It feels like you're buying nostalgia. Although it feels contradictory because you are literally buying nostalgia for a second album, but
I know what you mean.
it
what you mean.
feels something more.
And that's my point. And it's not because I'm a Yorkshireman and I want a better deal and I want them tight. I'm not. I just feel that I'd sooner get a first or second press.
It's got a corporate veneer on it.
And it's got a little bit of wear. It's got a little bit of scuff around corners at edges of the album sleeve. Then I get a vinyl wrap, brand new one for more money. No, don't work for me.
No, I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm
No,
just
give me
saying
that old one every time.
I just thought that I'd seen it on their website that they're doing 3 albums for 55 quid.
Yeah, I saw them. I looked through them.
Which I
It's not
thought,
a bad deal.
I
Is it
thought-
any 3 albums or specific ones?
I think. Well, I don't know. I think it's
No, I don't think it's them all because I went
it's
through a lot
within
of them.
their. You know, let's say,
I went
don't
through
know,
a-
let's say
I
they've
wanted
got
2 of them
200
rights.
albums, and they've said any of them 200 albums. I don't know what they are, but I know Dark Side of the Moon's in it.
Right.
Any of them 2 albums, you can have 3 of them for 55 quid. Which I
I
don't
looked at
think.
Dark Side of the
I
Moon,
don't
and
think
it was
it's bad.
It was 55 quid.
You can get Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, but they
In
can charge
the-
that because
in-
that's up there with
if
like.
you might buy it as a single.
Here's a
As
question.
as a single album, 55, but it's in that category of 3 for 55, Dark Side of the Moon.
Here's a question for you, right?
With the posters and tool stickers and everything.
Would the Dark Side of the
Which
Moon...
I don't think's a
be-
bad deal, mate. For 3 for 55 quid.
Would the Dark Side of the Moon be as much of an icon of an album? It's a timeless album. It will always be a band T-shirt. It will always be a poster.
Mm-hmm.
Would it have been as big of an album as it is without the prism and the light?
Oh, it went a long way into promoting it because it was so different at the time. So yeah, people recognise it's one of them instantly recognisable things, isn't it? People know what it is.
It's an icon.
They might always say, "Oh, it's that band, isn't it? It's that band. You know, it's famous, Pink, somebody or other." It might not necessarily be their type of music or the name of band, but they recognise.
They recognise the
fact-
cover, don't they?
Yeah, they recognise the fact that it's actually a music album, and it's it's not my scene.
I think it's probably one of the most important album covers that's been ever produced.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think it's
It's
probably,
up there.
Yeah, it's probably the greatest album cover.
I think it's
that's
the
been
most
ever made.
recognisable.
Yeah, which falls in line with the greatest album cover, really.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. One with-
it's,
hand
it's,
in hand with other,
it's,
isn't it,
it's done
really?
its job, hasn't it?
It's done its job. Yeah,
Which is some accolade.
and that was Pooh and Storm.
From what do you call them now? Insomnia? Or not?
Insomnia.
Yeah.
Was it Insomnia?
Yeah, there's
It's
like
got- yeah.
there's a documentary on Netflix about them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I watched it. It's good.
It's
It
very
is good,
interesting.
yeah. They fell
very
out
good.
them two, didn't
They
they?
did.
Yeah.
But
And then he died, didn't he? Before
Yeah.
he could make up.
Apparently, they were not a nice fella. I don't know that.
difficult.
Oh, Paul.
Yeah. No, other one. Storm.
Storm.
Ferguson. He was. If he could fall out with his own cheddar, and he did on a regular basis. But Poe,
Oh, yeah, Paul's the one that does the documentary, isn't he?
yeah, and
Yes,
he's
he
the
is.
one that does
Yeah,
a lot of the
yeah,
old
it's-
photography stuff
yeah,
within the
Storm
studios
died,
and
didn't
things
he?
like that.
What else do you consider to be a perfect album cover?
Perfect album
Perfect
cover.
album.
Because could we argue? Can we just like say that maybe Dark Side of the Moon is potentially 99.9% a perfect album cover?
We'll give that as the yardstick.
Yeah, that's the yardstick.
What's an odd one, that one?
Yeah,
It's a difficult one.
yeah. I like New Order one with the waves.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that one.
Arctic Monkeys have got a similar one with a
Well,
digital
copying
one.
it, aren't
They have copied it. A bit of a cliche because it's like a classic album and where you can't really differ too much. But these Let It Bleed album from the Rolling Stones, which is it's a cake layered up with like a
Oh,
rubber
right,
tire
yeah.
and
Yeah.
characters built on
I
top.
prefer XL and Main Street album with
I
with,
do,
with
yeah.
all the little photographs
I like that. but
and
I'm
the
thinking
coloured
of-
gentleman with three snooker balls in his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the Zeppelin one with kids climbing up rocks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it's an island that that was meant.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
It took him ages to get that because
Oh, actually,
The
was it
weather never
Ireland?
cleared.
Didn't they go for the Devil's Causeway? But the Devil's Causeway actually links up to Wales, so they did it in Wales.
no, it's Ireland.
Are you sure?
I'm
Yeah,
positive.
it's Ireland.
Yeah,
Oh, right,
it's
okay.
positive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's Ireland.
they spent about 5 days out there waiting
That's a
for
good
weather
one.
to clear.
Yeah.
I like Jagged Little Pill as well. With Alanis Morissette's face in 2 or 3, 4 different colours in different
Yeah,
poses.
it's a good cover.
I quite like that cover. I always think that's a good cover.
Oh, you got me thinking. It's a good question, actually. That I like that. Yeah, it's got me thinking about.
What's the Jethro? I don't. This is not a reflection on the album itself, but like something that always sticks in my mind. I don't know if I've seen it in lots of art books or design books. I think it's a Jethro Tull, a ginger girl with a toy plane.
Yes.
I don't know if it's not.
No. Wait a minute.
It's not a perfect album cover, but like it just sticks in my mind.
There's a ginger girl. Is she like young,
Yeah,
unclothed?
like a child. Yeah, unclothed.
That is not Jethro Tull.
Is it not?
That is. It's Eric Clapton. That.
No, it's not. It's
It
not.
is the first cover that they did,
No.
and then they changed it. It's. What's the band called? Blind Faith. And she's got an airplane in her hand.
Is it Blind Faith?
It's Blind Faith.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it was the producer's daughter, I think, that's on the cover. But they changed
showing
it
up.
because she's young.
Oh,
And she's
yeah,
got
Blind
like
Faith. Blind Faith.
She's got this aluminium aeroplane in her hand.
Yeah, Blind Faith. I don't know why I remember that picture, though. It's a strange
Striking.
picture.
It's
It's I don't know if it's uncomfortable or...
It is uncomfortable, yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
Back in the day, different times, it's, you know.
Yeah.
They had a bit of thing about using nudes or semi-nudes on album covers, and then all of a sudden they realised that maybe we shouldn't be doing this, and they stopped it all, didn't they? And they changed it all.
This reminds me, actually, there's a very important fact that I need to address with you all. Paul and Oates, yeah?
Hall and Oates?
Sorry, not Paul and Oates, Hall and Oates.
Oh, no, it's all right.
All right, Hall and Oates. They've never existed. There is no such thing as Hall and Oates.
Well, there's Daryl Hall and John Oates,
Yeah.
but there's no Hall and Oates.
There's never been an album, there's never been a tour, there's never been a promotional item that's ever said Hall and Oates.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Why?
No, it's what the audience have just said, Hall and Oates. They have never produced anything.
What's the album's called?
Well,
Under what name?
they've never said anything that said Hall and Oates.
So what do they go under?
Well, they
The
go
full
the
names?
full names. Yeah, it's the audience that just condensed it down to Hall and Oates. Hall and Oates have never existed,
Oh, all right.
which is funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because you say to anyone Hall and Oates, oh, it's Hall and Oates, Hall and Oates.
Daryl Hall and John Oates.
Yeah, it is.
But you could say the same thing there about Jacksons. There's never been an album called The Jacksons.
No,
Well,
but
yeah.
There hasn't. It's Jacksons 5.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Okay.
But Hall and Oates,
Not Jacksons.
But if you say
Five.
Hall and Oates, everyone
right.
knows it, and they assume. I think everyone just refers to them as Hall and Oates.
Yeah. I never thought about that.
But
But everybody refers to them as Jacksons. And that Jackson's 5.
well,
Is it Jackson's 5
Oh, the Jackson.
Jackson 5?
Jackson 5.
Yeah.
You never hear them say, oh, I've been to see Jackson's 5. You always say, I've been to see Jackson's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same thing, yeah. It's just a...
What's Rest at Jackson's doing these days?
Do you know, I've no idea.
Well, you're the man. You're
I've
the
not-
Jackson man.
I've not spoken to him for ages.
No?
No.
do you know what do you call him?
Jermaine?
Jermaine Jackson's favourite football team is
Grohl Alexander.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Really?
Really?
He says that's my team.
That's his team, man.
That's my team.
I don't even know where Sheffield is.
No, well,
Probably
apparently
not.
they've Jackson.
I've no idea.
A place I used to work at, the managing
Institute?
director said that he once, as a child at 14, saw Jackson 5 at Sheffield, and Michael Jackson's microphone failed, and he sang without it, and he was still like he just walked close to the stage and he was singing. It was amazing. So they played in Sheffield, and apparently since then, since they've been in Sheffield, and he was like. Jermaine Jackson was aware of like football. He just picked Sheffield Wednesday as his football team.
Really?
He says that's his team, and he's got the football kit and all that sort of stuff.
He gets really excited on a Saturday.
That's my team.
Come on.
Hey,
Come on,
Tino.
you owls.
Stop it, Tino.
I can't imagine it myself,
No.
but it sounds good. I like it.
Yeah.
Right, so I've got another little story.
It's got a story.
Well, not a story, but there's a question at the end of it.
Oh.
It's a pop quiz.
No, not really. It's a personal opinion.
Oh.
So, as we all know, a few months ago, Beyoncé did an album called Cowboy Carter, which was a country album.
Yeah.
No? Country and Western album.
Sorry, country and western album. But she has been snubbed by the Country Music Association Awards.
She has.
But in 2016, she did Daddy's Lessons and performed at the Country Music Association Awards.
Uh-huh.
And she was actually nominated for that. So she feels a little bit unwelcomed by the genre of country and western.
Well, yeah.
It's
yeah.
famously a very prickly
It is.
area to get in.
Yeah.
She took it for granted that if she wore a Stetson and some cowboy boots and she had a slide guitar, that she would be nominated for a Grammy.
Yeah.
Because she hasn't been, she's got tits on.
Well, not only that, but if you look over the past, that black artists find it extremely difficult to break through into this genre.
They do.
Because country music is often white artists and consumers.
Yeah, and they really fall within a small margin of like of creative license as well.
These
Yeah.
exceptions, though.
The
Oh,
very,
yeah, these
very few and far
exceptions.
between. So Taylor Swift
Yeah.
started off as country.
Yeah.
But you got Charlie
White, though.
Daniels that were back in 70s. Charlie Daniels, one of the biggest country western artists they ever had, and he's a black man.
Yeah.
One.
Well, yeah.
No, there's a lot more. I'm just giving you an
Yeah.
example.
Yeah. But what
There's a
I'm
lot
saying
more.
is...
Darius Rucker. Is it millions?
Yeah, has he won an award?
There's loads of awards, yeah. His albums have been number one and things like that. There's not no blacks in there.
No.
Oh, no.
But there's some in there. But
Yeah.
she's taking exception because she thinks she's...
I think the problem is that
I think it's because
Beyonce is so famous and
Yeah.
so well renowned in the music game that it's strange for her not even to be nominated.
Yeah. So a spokeswoman has come out and said her career does not depend on country. Yes, she has a good album, but she is not a country.
Yeah. Now, I've looked at this. I know the conversation. I've looked at this. So I listened to the album. And it's got elements of country and western in it. It's got slide guitars. It's got
It's very
country
hip hop,
western
though, isn't it?
Sorry.
It's very hip hop and R&B.
Yeah, it is. It's not what you would classify
I think
as
it's
an out and
because she's
out
dressed
country
up
and
as a
western.
cowboy.
It's not what you'd classify as an out and out country and western album. It did well. It did good sales, but it doesn't entitle her.
Yeah.
It's
No.
just because she's tagging it with.
Oh, yeah.
But if
yeah.
you look at Post Malone's album,
Yeah. Yeah.
that it's got 18 songs on it and 15
Yeah.
high celebrity country and western
Including Luke
acts.
Combs, Belle Shelton and Morgan Wallen.
He will wipe the board when it comes up to awards. It's only come out this year, but when it comes up for its awards, he will clean up.
Is it called something like F1?
F1 trillion.
Yeah. Yeah.
He will clean up.
It will. Yeah.
And that one would have probably been in production for at least 3 years because of the people he's got on it.
I think what the country music award scene likes is they like new people and they like people coming up from the country roots.
Well, apparently, to get nominated for a country music award, you have to have country radio airplay,
Right.
which is dominated by white male. In 2022, only 11% of the airplay was women.
And most of that would be Dolly.
Probably.
I mean, that's a problem, isn't it?
So the 89 other percent was male,
That's quite bad.
which is, yeah, it is.
That's really bad, that.
Yeah. And between 20, I mean, this is even worse. Between 2002 and 2020, how much is black women airplayed?
Oh, wow. I think it's probably ridiculously low. If,
What, in the country western scene?
if
Yeah,
women in
on
general
country
are
and
so
western
low,
radios.
I would say, all right, to be fair, I can't think of a black
No.
female country western star.
So between 2002 and 2020,
I'm sure there is.
black women had nearly 0% airplay.
oh my word.
Yeah.
Nearly zero.
Nearly zero. Which is not actually one.
That's awful.
Not 1%.
How'd you
It's
work that
less
out?
than 1% in it.
That's bad. That's
That is-
really bad.
So what they're now saying is country genre racist.
No, well,
It's got problems.
who are the acts? We've got to put it in context.
White male.
Yeah, I know, but how many black female artists is there
Well, that's what they're saying.
in the
It's-
cutting
it's-
western scene?
I bet there's more than you know.
Well, the
There
problem
probably
is,
will be.
As a
But what I'm
demographic
saying
alone,
is,
as a community.
it's like Beyoncé's saying is, it's so odd for a black male or female or whatever you want to call yourself. If you are coloured, it is a new like country. You're basically picking wrong genre because it's so odd for you
it's
to
hard
get
for you to break through.
any airplay.
And yeah, I get that.
Which is wrong.
Yeah,
It's
it is.
probably the only genre in the world
That can seem to get away with it.
where colour
Well,
is.
I don't know. I dispute that because I bet you would have a struggle to get into K-pop.
I would.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
No, I get your point. Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Did she start this album to make that point?
No.
well, even if she
I don't
did,
think
I mean,
she did. Because she did one in 2016 when she did. Apparently, the track were called Daddy's Lessons, and she performed it at Country Music Awards.
so
And she got nominated for some awards for. I don't know if she won or not, but she got nominated for it. But this album she's done
Yeah.
has not been nominated, so now she's,
this story comes up, not specifically that story, but with female artists, comes up time and time again, and you hear it from the likes of Shania Twain, the difficulty that she had in that scene, because she was predominantly country and she weren't getting anywhere, and she would find obstacles and obstructions at every turn. And she turned more pop, and then when she turned more pop, she got criticised by the country audience, and that is repeated years later with Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift started off in country, and now she's become pop, and she's criticised by.
But if you look at the country genre, I don't just think it's black women or black men that have a problem cracking the genre. I think it's anybody that's not a white male. I think white females.
You've got to wear a hat. You've got to sing about your truck and beers and barns and bitches.
You've got like, I mean, off the top of my head, white female artists, Dolly Parton.
Shania Twain.
Shania Twain.
She started off in country.
Yeah, you put her down as country.
Yeah.
Well, I'm starting to struggle now.
Yeah. There are some.
Yeah, they are some, but
not on a global stage.
yeah, but I've got two white females.
So
let's go black
so let's say this: two white females from the country scene on a global global stage. You could maybe say Dixie Chicks. You could maybe say who did that? Oh, what do you call her now? I think she was big in the 90s. Anyway, she's gone.
But there's not a lot, is there?
There's not a lot.
So
no.
I don't just think it's coloured people that struggle to hit it. I think if you're a coloured or you're a female,
If you're not wearing a cowboy hat and you're not a male,
if you're not a white male and you want to get into country, I don't think you're going to get a fair crack at it.
yeah, it's a shame.
Which is a bit odd to find that a music separates.
It's weird to have a music genre that has so much
Yeah.
very
Very-
stern rules.
Yeah.
I found more beer.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, the very
It doesn't
play, this is how we've always done it.
It feels like a union rather than a music scene.
Yeah, yeah. We've always done it
it
since
might
back
be.
in the day.
Country Western
The
scene.
country and western union.
And we're not changing for
We
no
won't.
day. If your name's not down, you're not coming
Yeah, exactly. It's weird.
in. It is, yeah. And
All
it-
right, you might call sour grapes on Beyonce's attitude
it's
towards
wrong.
it all. After all, she got
She might not be a country singer,
no.
but if she does a country album,
Well, this is
it's
the point,
a
isn't it?
But it's a country album.
No, yeah, I know.
Well, it is. So
It-
she
it
should
is.
be. She should be allowed to be nominated by the
She's
country
allowed to be
fraternity.
nominated. She's allowed to be nominated.
But for it to be
absolutely
overlooked.
allowed to be nominated. But if it don't come up to mustard, it don't come up to mustard, does it?
Well, it doesn't. But apparently, they've said it's
Because I got quite interested in this conversation.
it's a very good album.
It is,
Well,
apparently.
if it's a very good album, then why has it got
No,
no nominees for it?
because it's not. If you listen to it, and I have done,
I hadn't.
if you listen to it, you'll understand what their argument is. There's elements in there of country and western. There's some that's overtly country and western, and there's some that's just, it's just playing that little theme that sounds country and western, but it's nothing new.
A bit of a happy tune.
Yeah, there's nothing in that would if you did exactly the same exactly the same numbers, they'd say exactly the same thing. It doesn't deserve to win any Grammys.
No,
Doesn't deserve to win any country and western accolades.
I think where she's coming from is if you look at, let's say, white country females.
Yeah, I get all that race thing.
You got Shania Twain, you got Dolly
Yeah.
Parton, and then I'm stuck.
I get all that race thing.
So
about
I see where they're coming
it's
from.
difficult to get
but
into
it
that
is-
unless you're in there.
It's like it's almost like country and western is a white male genre, and that's it. You ain't coming in, soz. Which I find odd for a genre.
It is.
To dictate.
It is. But
a thing like that.
if the album's not good enough, it doesn't deserve to be.
I mean,
It doesn't deserve to get
I've not heard
an
it, so
award.
I can't
And
say
it's
if
not.
it's
It's
enough
not.
or not.
Like I said, the Post Malone thing.
But didn't Beyonce?
It's only good because he's got all these people on it, and he
it.
will win a load of stuff because he's got all these people.
He's got
Chris
15
Stapleton.
He's got 15 white artists on
Yeah.
here.
What makes a song good though?
Male.
If it gets to number one,
No, I don't think it is that. I
But
think-
in relation to getting nominated and winning
No, I
awards.
don't know how they.
But on that Post Malone thing, he's got 15 country artists,
Yeah.
and they're all white male.
So one of the arguments
Okay, I
that
get your point.
Yeah.
So one of the arguments that the country music scene has is that they don't like you to dip in and out. You're either in or you're out. And this is what they've said.
Yeah.
You can't just release an album and poke your feet in and claim an award.
Yeah.
Do you know that there's a word for people that claim an Oscar, an Olivier Award? You know, the film, stage, music, and whatever it is. And there's an acronym for it. And I think what they're wanting to do is avoid people from like dipping in and out of country like it's maybe like a buffet. Like, oh, I've got that award. I'm going to get that award. I'm going to get the hip hop award. I'm going to get the R&B award. I'm going to get that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that.
And,
They're famously
and Post
known
Malone
for
will
being.
come up against that because he started as a hip hop, and then he went to pop, and then he did a bit of everything really, and now he's going into the country western scene. It's not because he thinks that's the way to go. It might be that he thinks that because that's the second biggest genre, and the biggest one being hip hop. It's the second biggest genre. It's the way that they're all going. Well, strangely enough, back in 2008, I think it were, Rolling Stones stopped a gig in somewhere, and they played a song by. They played an acoustic set, an acoustic song, a country and western, overtly country and western by Waylon Jennings, or something like Billy's King or something like that. My brother-in-law, Walt, he sent it to me. And he showed it. They were well above the curve there, weren't they? If that's what the thing is, get onto this country and western.
Yeah, but back in the 60s they did a country honk.
Yeah.
So country honk was honky tonk woman.
Yeah, but it weren't as
country honk was a country honky tonk woman in the style of country.
Yeah, it weren't as big a jump though. I don't think back in 60s. I think now it is. You got Post Malone doing his album.
I know, but you got Shania Twain in the 90s. She was pure country back in the day.
Pop.
No, but she started off as being country.
Well, they all, yeah. Well,
Leon Bridges, not Leon, that's a man. Yeah, but he does country. It's not Ryan. What's the woman who did like? Not Meg Ryan. I want to say Meg Ryan, but it's not. It's a female artist in the 90s who was big in country. But
Leon
Rhymes.
Liam Rhymes.
Well done, Liam Rhymes.
with. Oh, it rhymes with.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, country's a funny topic, and I think
it is.
there's a lot more to explore and maybe to research there because there's a few problems with country.
I think people won't be happy either way. There's certain people won't be happy either way.
Some people just don't like change.
I think that
No.
country has a bit of a village mentality.
Maybe.
I think it was a bit deeper than that.
Yeah, and I think it's worth picking into more, and maybe that's probably something we will focus an episode on in the future.
It'll be interesting how this Post Malone album's received because it's got all famous white country western stars on it.
Yeah.
It's,
If it picks
it's
up all-
nominated for 4 awards, isn't it?
Already.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
It's a talented man, is Post Malone.
I don't
Sorry?
know.
Is a talented man,
I don't
is
know
Post
that much
Malone.
about him.
From face value, you think, oh, this is someone to avoid.
What genre is he from?
Well, it started off as being in rap, then went to pop.
Yeah,
Now
but-
he's doing,
I always thought he was a rapper.
Yeah, but he plays guitar, right? He's a guitar player primarily.
it's very good guitarist, actually.
Is it really?
It's not
Yeah.
Steve Vai, but
Nobody can play it. A good tune.
he did a good cover of Nirvana.
Really?
In a dress.
Oh,
yeah.
it's far more talented than just that.
No, but I'm saying like he's got that rasp. He can when he sings, he has that rasp. He's a very nice guy, and he has a lot of skill sets.
Yeah.
He's quite talented. Worth checking out. Not that I don't think. I mean, maybe our demographic, what's watching this, are thinking, "Oh, I'm not going to check him out." Check him out. And while you're doing that, why don't you check this out? And when I'm pointing at this, I mean there's some graphic that's going to come up right here.
okay.
Check this out.
Ring that bell.
Weird.
So the other thing about Beyonce is she's got 32 Grammys.
It's a lot, isn't it?
She's been nominated for 88.
Yeah.
So she feels a bit entitled, doesn't she? Don't you think?
Yeah, well, there is that.
What? I mean, I must admit,
She
when
holds
I
the record
first-
for the
yeah,
number.
When I first read it, I just thought she's just pissed off because
She
it's
feels a
another
little bit entitled.
it's another genre that
She can't clean up on.
she ain't cracked.
Yeah. I think
And
we're
also-
And that's why
You-
she's got a little bit.
I think we're going to have to
tits
stop
on.
calling her Karen.
You get this thing, right? So, Beyonce's been around for coming up to 30 years, and she's obviously in this legend status, right? Now, one of the things which is really elevating her into like godlike status is that we have like a really talented artist who's a phenomenal singer who doesn't dance around and stuff. She just stands there and sings, and she writes all her own songs. Adele.
Yeah.
And Adele has praised Beyonce to high heaven. She loves her.
Yeah.
So then that takes this really talented person and then puts this person way above her because that's her idol. Well, that's fair.
That's fair enough.
But on a public platform, you see Adele, you're like, Adele's super talented.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So
what I'll say to you is this.
You can't knock
What
it.
have these people...
no, Adele's great.
What have these people or these bands got in common? Queen, The Who,
Oh, I know what you're saying here. They've all wrote themselves.
the what?
They've all wrote their own songs.
No, hear me out.
Okay,
Hear me
sorry.
out.
Queen.
The Who, Jimi Hendrix, Journey, Guns N' Roses, Bob Marley, Rush, Kiss, ABBA, Beach Boys.
What they got in common?
What have they got in common?
Number one singles.
Well, they've probably got that.
I'm correct then.
Oh, you're a genius.
Thank you.
No, they've never won a Grammy.
Have they been nominated for it?
They've never won a Grammy.
What is the criteria for winning a Grammy?
Beyonce's won 32. Been nominated for 88. These people or bands have never won a Grammy. How relevant are Grammys?
That's interesting.
I rest my case.
How relevant are they?
They're not.
That's a really good fact.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you know who the most nominated? Well, I mean, by the time I learned this fact, it was true. But the most nominated artist to never win a Brit Award is
Robbie Williams.
he's won plenty of Brit Awards.
You know.
Jamiroquai, they have never won a Brit Award,
Well, he's
and they were
Oh,
nominated.
Jeremy.
They were the most nominated band
Really?
to never win a Brit Award,
Jeremy O'Quine.
and I find that a bit harsh because they are they are really relevant in the, not necessarily Britpop, but they are relevant in the British music scene.
Yeah,
They
but
had-
and in that because there's always been somebody around them that's been slightly better.
yeah, but I don't know. But the thing is, they are like what you were just saying. That they have their music. If it comes on the radio now, it stands the test of time. It doesn't age badly. They're really good songs. Whether you were into it at the time, they are really good songs and they've got their own definite sound. It's a shame that they never won a Brit Award.
The
Or
only reason-
any other award.
the only reason why I can think of
When I read that
is
statistic, I thought-
because there's always been somebody around them that's slightly bigger, making
Well,
slightly better.
Somebody
stuff.
who's obviously burnt a lot brighter, but the light has not lasted as long.
So what year would there be in Jamiroquai?
Well, you're going to be getting up against Jarvis and his
1904.
mates. You're going to be getting Blur and Oasis because we're out at the same time. So
and they're doing
it's a tough
funk.
act to follow, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Blur, Oasis, they're always going to
So
be
tough act to
Jamiroquai.
follow. Queen. Oh, I don't know. The Who. I don't know. Jimi Hendrix. I don't know about that. Journey.
Have those people been nominated though, and not won them, or have they just not been nominated?
They've never won a Grammy.
But have they been nominated?
They might have been nominated. Some of their tracks.
Well,
might have been
it
nominated.
just shows you, doesn't it, that these awards don't mean anything.
Yeah,
No, they don't mean anything. They don't mean a thing.
they don't.
They're not-
What is a Grammy?
It's praise representative for a particular track that group's done, or it could be for longevity of that group or person. It could be for numerous reasons, but
What you have to remember is that the Grammys or any award show is essentially
It's fixed.
It's a pop-up company.
It's
a
fixed.
pop-up company, and their only way of revenue is selling tickets to the show and selling and getting eyeballs on the screen.
Yeah.
And if they don't do that, then there's no point in the Grammys.
It's
and when they're getting eyeballs on screen, they're putting commercials in between.
yeah.
The
Because
only
they're getting money. It's all about
For me-
all them people that win Grammys. They're all fixed.
if I was a musician, and even when I was a teenager, this has been something that I'd like, your daydream thing. If I was a musician, the one award that I would like to win would be the Ivor Novello Award.
The writing
I think that's
one.
the one they all want to win.
The writing one, yeah.
the writing one.
And that's not one that's like heavily publicised. You don't get screaming girls in the pits going, ah.
Well, it's not
But
not cool, is
it's
it?
probably the most recognised
yeah,
one.
it's the
isn't
one
it?
that musicians want to win, but it's not cool. It's not. It's not.
That's the one for
not
me.
rock and
It's
roll,
not
is
Oscars,
it?
it's not BAFTAs, it's the Ivor Novello Award.
Yeah.
I mean, you see all these Brits and stuff like that, and it's all fixed.
Mm-hmm.
You get 3.
They give the award to the person who's the most famous because they want to bring the eyeballs to that
Yeah,
show.
yeah. So you get 3. I don't know, 3 artists or 3 bands or newcomers or whatever it may be, and they've got some really good stuff out there. And then you get somebody with crap, but because at the moment he is in the limelight, he wins it.
Yeah.
And you think, well, what if they're selling him out of, knocking him out at ballpark with concert wise.
Even when you get like the Brit Awards or
How can he
and
beat
the BBC Introducing Award, like surely they should just be in the running for other awards. Like, does it matter if they're new? Like, why does it have to be an introducing award? Like, doesn't make any sense. It's just
No.
fixed.
It's all fixed. It's all crap. All them awards mean absolutely
And most of the
nothing.
time, the Brit Awards are what's the UK awards that they do?
Mojo.
There's another one, and it's usually the kiss of death.
Yeah.
They don't progress from that. Oh,
Well, I'll tell you the worst award show. No, it makes no sense in today's world. Music videos make no sense today, do they?
No.
MTV Awards.
Yeah, the MTV Awards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do they
Music-
still keep
like,
doing them?
what-
Does MTV still exist?
Like, I don't know if MTV even shows music videos anymore. People aren't spending money on music videos anymore. There's no profit to be made from it. Nobody is consuming music that way anymore. yet they have this big award ceremony where recently we've just had MTV Music Awards where Eminem has rehashed his character Slim Shady, where he's come out with a wig on, a blonde wig on, where there's been loads of people behind him dressed the same as him, like I'm Slim Shady stand up thing, and you've got all the celebrities at the front dancing onto it. But I'm thinking to myself, nobody watches music videos.
No.
Nobody.
No.
So this award show is to award surely the director, the producers of this music video, rather because it's not an accomplishment of the music. It's the accomplishment it's supposed to be of the video.
It's a commercial exercise.
But the principle of winning an award for a music video would be
a good video.
Whoever designed or directed this video.
Yeah.
Costumes, directors,
not the
cinematography.
Yeah.
I
think the last time I watched MTV, there were no music on it, there were no videos on it, and there were a program on it. I can't remember.
Like the Osbournes, probably.
No, it was something about Welcome to My Crib or something like that.
Oh, MTV Cribs.
Is that what it was? And I think they took you around a rapper's house.
They took you around the house,
showing you his house.
Which
And
a lot
I'm
of them
like,
were just rented houses, but just
and I'm like, why the hell do I want to see inside this guy's house? I don't even know who he is. Never heard of him.
Yeah.
Where's old music gone? Where's videos gone? Where's latest stuff gone?
But
why are you showing me some guy's house that I've never bleeding heard of?
But to have an award show based around music videos, which nobody cares about anymore,
they've gone.
Yeah.
MTV's gone. It's dead.
It's dead.
It had
MTV
its time.
is dead.
It had its time and it had its use and it
It was
promoted.
brilliant at one point. It
And
was
it's died
brilliant.
to death like a scabby donkey going up a hill.
On Blackpool Beach.
Yeah,
Yes. With the tides
brought,
coming in.
it brought us
And washes him
such
away.
talent. If it hadn't
It
been
was
for
brilliant.
MTV, it brought us such talent as Motley Crue.
Duran.
Good God, it's got a lot to answer to.
But it was good.
MTV was great.
Not all of it.
A lot of it was
No,
good.
it was.
But
It was.
it changed.
Not all of it.
What were bad about it?
Motley Crue.
Well,
No, because it was still a music video that you could sit and watch at
They had 6
At your
videos
peril.
on repeat, 24 hours.
I know.
It weren't good.
well,
it was a radio station with visuals. But
I thought it was
Yeah.
great.
When it got going
When it got-
later on,
Yeah, I thought
maybe a year later,
I thought it was a great,
and everybody was
great
jumping on
channel.
board with it because I thought this is the next big thing.
Yeah, I thought it was
got
great.
more interesting.
Great
but-
channel.
Oh,
Can you hear that sound?
What?
The sound of conclusion.
oh.
And on that note,
Goodbye.